Well, they were one of the biggest girl bands of the 80s.
You got to do the thing, do the thing.
No, there wasn't a mixtape to be found without a track from the pop sensations Bananarama.
They're awesome. Now, 3 decades later, Sarah and Keren are back and bringing their catalogue of hits down under.
It's the unmistakable sound of a decade.
She's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it.
British girl band Bananarama became global superstars when their cover of Venus went to #1 in 1986.
I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire.
And that was just the beginning for the pop trio, who went on to release hits
I want you back, don't care what I have to do.
after hit
I heard a rumor.
after hit.
Robert De Niro's waiting, talking Italian.
And more international hit records than any other female band in history. Now, with 30 years and more than 30 million album sales under their belts, Bananarama is bringing the 80s back bigger and better than ever before.
Only you can set me free, 'cause I'm guilty, guilty as a girl can be. Baby, can't you
I love this. I just so know that Kylie Gillies would have been dancing around the bathroom with the hairbrush, singing.
I know the lyrics.
Every lyric.
Love
the
the
girls from Bananarama, Sarah and Keren, join us live in the studio. Lovely to see you guys.
Hi.
That music meant so much to us in the day. Take us back to the beginning. How did the group form?
Wow. We were living in the YWCA hostel in London, and were asked to leave actually for keeping late hours, and ended up living in above the Sex Pistols rehearsal room after the Sex Pistols, but we'd met Paul Cook and he let us live there for nothing, and we started just messing around on the instruments, and he said, why don't you make a demo? And it kind of started
Wow.
from there. So quite
That's a great
interesting
story.
beginnings, yeah.
So when you were living in this hostel, you were already singing and you already had the beginnings of a group? Or were you just friends who...
No, I mean, we've been friends since we were kids.
Yeah, we always
but
sang
once we
together.
moved into that rehearsal studio that used to belong to the Pistols, we started like demoing songs, and then we would go to various London clubs and just get up and put the tape in and do live vocals. And just lots of people got to hear about us. Even Bruce Springsteen came down to see us at one show. the
Performing
Embassy.
one song of it,
Yeah.
the only song we had at
And
the
which
time.
was?
It was called Iea Amwana.
Well,
It was sung in Swahili.
oh, of course. At #1 in Swahili.
Yeah.
When Venus came out, which is an easier one for us to
Yes.
talk about, to say, you guys became instant stars. Was that fun? Was it stressful? What was
So
it?
that was our first #1 in America, but we had Cruel Summer was top 10 there before.
Okay, right.
But I know it was big here as well, Venus.
Huge.
Yeah. I mean, and Stop Aitken and Waterman, who produced it, they actually said, oh, that's not going to work, that won't work. But we said we want a high energy beat on it, and can we just try it? And then it became #1 absolutely everywhere.
And what about the
Except
name
for England.
Bananarama? What about the name Bananarama? Because it's not something like when you first hear it, I can't imagine maybe that you were thrilled, or did you love it?
No, we chose the name, but our first single was sung in Swahili, so we thought banana sounded tropical. I mean, we were teenagers at the time, so we thought banana sounds tropical. Roxy Music had a song called Pajamarama, so we just put the two together.
I don't think we thought we'd be still going 30
Yeah.
years later, to be honest.
And
Yeah.
In Australia.
having to explain yourselves 30 years later.
It's a good name. People remember it.
We've bounced over it a couple of times. I think it's worth revisiting. What was the Swahili song for? About? Why?
Siobhan had it in her collection, and she just said, why don't we try this? And Karen and I were just, yeah, all right.
Well, speaking of, there used to be the three of you.
Yes.
And so just the two of you now?
She left in '89, so
Yeah.
it's for us. It's we've been a duo for a long time. Although Jackie came in for a couple of years, Jackie O'Sullivan, but we've been just a duo. And we kind of like it that way because we've kind of grown up together. So
And it's easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we get sort of paid
So we're
to
still
travel the
travelling
world with our best friend.
Yeah, we're
I
here
mean,
in Australia after 30 years, still going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Strong.
We're so glad to have
Ish.
you here. Back in 1983, you had a song called Robert De Niro's Waiting.
Yes.
Right. So you actually got to meet him
yes, we did.
on the back of that song.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
filming Brazil, his film in London at the time. So I think the PRs. Oh.
All these old photos.
I
Yeah,
know.
the
Look at
PRs
that.
got together and arranged a meeting, so we went out for a drink with him.
Look at the did you see the mum jeans there that you were rocking? Look at the high waist. Look at
The boyfriend gene, which is the height of, which is now the height of fashion for teenage
My
girls.
daughter has them.
So,
My daughter has them.
Or the boyfriend Bananarama, as they're called.
yes,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be wearing them now.
So how many? You said you have a daughter.
Yeah.
So what do the kids think of all of this?
They've grown up with it.
Yeah,
I mean, my
they love it.
son's 29 and Sarah's daughter's 23, 24, and they've grown up with it, and they still come. They enjoy coming to shows and hanging out with mum, which I think is really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
You were produced by Stock Aitken and Waterman, and it was pretty much back in the day, everything that they touched turned to gold. Did you feel like you were involved in a real musical powerhouse?
Well, we were already successful before that. We had Cruel Summer, Robert De Niro and all the
Yeah.
hits before, and then we just went to them because we wanted to do Venus.
Right.
So it was kind of at the beginning before they had that huge powerhouse thing. But yeah,
Okay.
they were good songwriters.
You got them while they were cheap.
Yeah.
Well, we got them before. I mean, they had Dead or Alive had a single. I don't know if it was a hit here called "You Spin Me Round Like a Record."
Yeah, yeah.
And, and that, I think that was the
Yeah.
only hit they had. And It
Yeah.
was way before sort of the Rick Astley, Kylie, Jason thing.
Yeah, okay.
Came out. So
and we
kind of-
co-wrote with them. So
Yeah.
I think after a while, with other artists, they just wanted to give them songs. So we left at that point.
Good move.
Of course, in the last couple of weeks, a very, very, very sad passing of David Bowie,
Yeah.
of course, which has really shocked the music world. You did a cover?
We did a demo and
Yeah.
we didn't think it
We
was very
didn't
good, so we
release
didn't
it.
release it. Somebody has leaked it out onto the internet. And
It
now
was never supposed to see the light of day. It was just trying stuff out in the
Yeah,
studio.
yeah.
So
I actually don't know
were,
what it sounds
we
like,
were a
so-
big fan and of big fans of David Bowie, and we just thought we'd try one of his tracks, and then we figured that we couldn't do it necessarily justice, so we didn't release it.
Right.
Someone else
It's
obviously
snuck out.
has.
It's happening. It happens a lot nowadays.
Yeah.
30 years on, you're back on tour, and here you are in Australia. What can your Australian fans, and there are plenty, what can they expect?
We're doing 10 shows, kind of all over.
Yeah. Just all
mainly-
the hits, really.
yeah, the
Mostly
hits
the
and
hits.
a couple of new
yeah,
ones.
a couple of newer ones.
We're working on new material at the moment. So.
And we've got a fantastic Australian band, Australian musicians who we rehearsed all day with yesterday, hence we're a little hoarse.
Yeah.
And it's sounding good.
Oh.
Sounding
And what
really
about the
good.
costume, the clothes? We've got to talk the clothes. Good.
Whatever we can fit into.
Love it. I bet you must look fantastic. It must be so much fun to be up there, so much fun to go
It
there and
is.
see
It's
it. Yeah,
always brilliant fun.
Yeah.
And we still do bits of the old routines for people to join in with, and we quite often get people up to sort of join in with us.
Oh, great.
If they let us, so it's really good fun.
Good stuff.
Well, Bananarama, as we said, is on tour right around Australia. All the dates and details are on our website.
Yeah, but don't go anywhere because the girls are sticking around for some fun here with us on the morning show with Bananarama, with some fun-arama right after this arama.